As Donald Trump wrapped up the Republican nomination this week, on the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton has not been able to do the same against her rival, Senator Bernie Sanders. Earlier on Face the Nation, Sanders said Clinton's email problems could be an issue for her and that he is the better choice to take on the presumptive GOP nominee in November.
The Inspector General just came out with a report. It was not a good report for Secretary Clinton. That is something that the American people, Democrats, and delegates are going to have to take a hard look at. But for me right now, I continue to focus on how we can rebuild a disappearing middle class, deal with poverty, guarantee health care to all of our people as a right. We have the grassroots activism. We have the energy and the enthusiasm in our campaign that Clinton's campaign, frankly, in my view, does not have, that can generate a large voter turnout in November. Democrats win when the voter turnout is high. We can generate that. Republicans win when the voter turnout is low. Frankly, I don't know that Secretary Clinton's campaign can create a high voter turnout.
CBS News political director and moderator of Face the Nation, John Dickerson, is in Washington. Well, John, Senator Bernie Sanders does not have enough pledged delegates to win the Democratic nomination. On this Memorial Day weekend, this far into the campaign, how much of a factor is Bernie Sanders?
Well, I think he's a nagging factor for Hillary Clinton, who would like to have the race wrapped up, be unified, and take on Donald Trump. Donald Trump has seen a benefit in the poll that comes from when you win the nomination or you become the presumptive nominee. You get a bump within your own party. He's had a couple of weeks to consolidate, to rally around Republicans. And so Hillary Clinton would like to get that unification and turn the conversation to Donald Trump. And so Bernie Sanders kind of lingering out there is just kind of a nuisance.
Hillary Clinton was expected to be the clear frontrunner for the Democrats, but lately she has been struggling. Her email problems are not going away, and this latest poll in California shows Sanders and Clinton now neck and neck. How concerned should she be taking on Donald Trump at this point, essentially at this point weakened as she continues her campaign?
Well, hopefully she will be able to, as far as her campaign sees it, do well in California, put a cap on the primary process, and kind of get some political benefit from making it through her fight. The downside for her is that the email problem is a huge unsolved problem because it does two things. One, it reanimates all the questions people had about her insular kind of palace guard around her. So it raises old questions about that. But then in the answers that she and her campaign have given that are contradict what the Inspector General report says, they are in direct conflict in real time with something that's being said not by a political opponent, but by the Inspector General. So that is an ongoing problem. It doesn't remind something of people in the past, but it gives people a fresh example of one of the things that has given them pause about her, and one of the reasons her numbers, when people are asked about her honesty and trustworthiness, those numbers are not very good for her. This gives a real-time example of why she has an issue and why her campaign does. So that's a problem that's not going to be fixed by Bernie Sanders, by beating Bernie Sanders, and that's something that she'll have to hope that either she can manage better or that voters will have already come to some conclusion on and they'll determine their vote on something else.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump has had some issues of his own, constant protests wherever he goes, and now a judge has ruled that some documents related to the investigation in a Trump university must be released. How much of a problem could that be for Donald Trump?
Well, we'll have to see what the documents say, what the ruling is in the court case. You could imagine it going one of two ways. It could be quite damaging, or if he wins the case, it could be vindication. And this could be an instance in which he says, I was vindicated, and therefore all these other meddlesome things that people bring up are in the same category. The challenge for him is that the new challenge is that the federal judge in the case, born in Indiana, he referred to as a Mexican, as if that somehow had to do with the unfavorable rulings from the judge, which Donald Trump has not liked. He said the judge has been nasty and has it out for him, so that when he says he's Mexican, he's basically drawing a parallel between those two. That's something that is going to have to be answered for by Mr. Trump, and so that's something in the interim or right now may cause more problems than the legal case, which Trump's opponents in the Republican race for the nomination, learned that Trump University wasn't very effective in hurting him, so it may not be in the general election either.
All right, John Dickerson in Washington for us. John, thank you.
Thanks, Elaine.